upload it to your Google Drive. This document is one of the best I've found. I do a lot of Googling for resources, so I don't have to invent everything I do. If I find something like this, I'm pretty happy because it's really useful for all of my students. This document takes you through a series of signal phrases in APA. The signal phrase is the part of a sentence that leads up to putting a quote or passage in your work. One of the main writing features of writing in college is to use signal phrases. And it's a step above what a beginner writing research might do, which is just write the actual passages and copy and paste them into their work. But the writing is always yours as a writer. And for that reason, passages that are from other places need to be worked in and then coordinated and connected to thoughts and ideas that you have. So the signal phrases to me aren't just about formatting, but about making connections in your writing and demonstrating your connections and ideas as well. And that turns it very much away from just being, hey, this is just, the way it's done, to, oh no, there's like a really important reason for using what you see here in a document like this. Let me make it a little bit bigger on my screen here. It's worth slowing down and going through the document that you see here bit by bit so that you can move through the various signal phrases. And you can see how you've got the author's last names and the year here for when that applies. And then you have the quotation marks that start where the passage has been brought over. Whenever a direct quote is used and there's a page number in the original, you've got to have your page numbers as you see here in this part of the document. This section on dropping direct quotations, these are going to be called dropped quotes. Sometimes I call them dangling quotes. The dropped quotes are the ones where I have a student who's new to this kind of writing, as I was describing a moment ago, just copy and paste like what you see here. That shows the student has an idea of what to do, but it's not the kind of writing that shows how the ideas taken from the quote connect to the rest of the writing. And so you can see the improvement with a signal phrase brings the citation to the front end of the sentence and uses the last name and year to introduce the quote before the page number happens in this sentence. What I want you to see here is when the last name of the author and the year, when that moves to the front end of the sentence, it actually comes out of the citation. So you don't have to have it in there twice. It can just be the page number if you have the author and the year in the sentence itself. Paraphrases need to be cited. There's a section on that here. For the sake of time, I'm not going to walk through all parts of the document. But I want to make sure you see the second page of it because this is wonderful. There's a direct list here of a variety of verbs that students can use, and avoid the verb that I'm probably going to see a lot and comment on in feedback, which is when a student new to doing this kind of work might write something like the author talks about whatever it is, which is, it makes sense when we're informally discussing a source, but for research formal writing, you'd want to write something more precise because talks about isn't exactly what's going on. they've written something that they've published. So even writes about would be an improvement. But the real upgrades happen when you pull from verbs like these on the list. The author commented. Yeah, that sounds really good. The author discussed, reported. These are all terrific. And I'd love in your comments that you leave in your own work to tell me where you've used the list. That would be a terrific use of a comment so I can see how and when and where my own students look at this and then make decisions about what to use. It gives me an idea of what's helpful here. Thanks for watching.